My next guest, he doesn't need an introduction. You know who this guy is. Of course, I'm talking about Yancy Medeiros. He's going to be taking on Gregor Gillespie at UFC on ESPN Plus One on January 19th. Yancy, what's going on, man? How are you?
Man, just enjoying Hawaii, bro. No complaints here. Staying ready. Getting better and better every day. Ready to give you guys a show January 19th.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to it, man. And of course, I'm recording this in the afternoon here on the West Coast. It is about 10:30 a.m. Hawaii time. Where are you off to right now? Heading to training?
Oh, yeah, I'm headed to practice, just on my way. I'm just starting my beautiful day in Hawaii, bro.
Yeah, living the dream, man. That's great. It's been a while since we've seen you in the cage. Of course, you had that rib injury. One of the things I wanted to ask you, how did you suffer that rib injury, and how long was the recovery time on that?
I ended up injuring it during jiu-jitsu. So I was at practice and everything was all good. And then after jiu-jitsu, I was doing gi and I couldn't even take my gi off. I was like, what's the matter with my rib? And, I had a hard time breathing and I never really broke anything. So I didn't know how to go about this. So I was like, maybe it's just, everyone's like, oh, you might have a rib out. And I was like, oh, cool, I'll try and sleep it off. And the next day, like nothing progressed and everything was like, I still had that pinching, and I was like, yeah, I gotta go doc and just check it out. So then I came to doc, and the doc's like, yeah, man, your ribs broke. I was like, what? So I think I had a lot of expectations that fight. I really felt like I really worked on myself, and the biggest thing for me is when I fought Cerrone was patience. I really had to work on that, and I just felt like, like after I hit that, I was like, dang, man, like, oh, we really got to test my patience now. So, I just went into a rabbit hole after I got injured. And it took me a while. It took me like, say, 8 weeks to like fully recover where I could like start doing jits again. And, even though it was it wasn't a big fracture, it was still hindering my performance, hindering my breathing. And so, I had to take the right steps to just get back in it. So by the time September came, I think I was pretty much fully ready to taking fights and whatnot. It took me a couple months though.
So safe to say this fight booking the 19th was right about the time you wanted to come back.
Oh man, I actually wanted to come back when Max was fighting in December,
In
but
Toronto, yeah, that would have
nothing
been good
lined.
because you guys always fight on the same card, it seems.
I know, so I was pushing it, and I was staying ready, and I was getting into things, and yeah, just it didn't work out. So I don't get better, man. I always get better, and I just, like I said, man, I stayed ready, and I kept to it the whole time, and I didn't lose any motivation. I understood that patience was my biggest enemy, and I needed. Then this was the process. It was part of the process, and it made me an optimal human being, bro.
Yeah, I'd say so. And of course, I mentioned off the top your opponent, Gregor Gillespie. This fight is at lightweight. You haven't fought at lightweight since May of 2016. Why make the drop now? What was the reason for that?
Well, as I was getting ready for my fight in July, like everything was all good, and then like I got injured, and I was like, damn, man, do I really? I had, like I said, I had so much expectations for me. I just wanted to show everyone the best Yancy. Everyone's seen the worst of me. It was my time to show the best of me now, and that was the best. That was the thing, and I just was like, dang, what do I need to do to just keep this morale up? To keep the snowball effect, and it just get bigger and bigger. And I was like, I'm gonna focus on my nutrition. I'm gonna get things straight down, and I went back to I evolved backwards, bro. I'm training in the jungle, man. I'm like you said, it's gorilla status. I just feel this is the most optimal I've ever felt. I changed my whole nutrition, and I eat plants, bro, straight up, just 100% plants, and this gorilla is ready.
And any so no meat in your diet? It sounds like just
uh,
vegetarian.
nah, man, not even vegetarian, straight plant based. No animal protein. Yeah, I changed my lifestyle. I changed everything around, and everything just started falling into place with my training and just everything from practices to my energy, my mood, just everything intensified. Nothing got worse. Everything just went up, and I never met. I since September or since October, I've never plateaued yet. I've only been here. I've never been here like levels. There ain't no levels to where I'm going. There's only optimal, and that's this way. So it's when I want to stop that, it's gonna be right there. But until that, if I stay so everyone's like, oh, you get ready, you hit a peak, and then you come to the top and you come down, right? That's when you train the best. I felt the best shape in my life. I felt I felt the best shape in my life, but now I feel optimal. You know what I mean? There's no level to it, man. There's only a line, and that line is like this, and it's just going up, 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 man. I just I can't wait to show you guys what I've been doing January 19th. I'm so excited, bro.
This decision to go plant-based, anything rub off from your buddy Nick Diaz? I know he's all into that as well, with the vegan and all that stuff.
Oh, most definitely. Nick and Nate was definitely the first people to introduce me to that, and that's how I started even going down to 155, because I was just in camp training with them a couple years back, 3-4 years back, and yeah, I just started shedding off weight, and then I came back home these last 2 years, and I just started slowly introducing animal protein back into my diet, and I just started picking up weight, and then, like I said, I needed to work on my patience, and I wanted to be not a better fighter, but an optimal human being. And I realized that, hey, bro, we're herbivores. We eat plants. We're just so sophisticated as humans that we learn how to survive, and we're going to eat whatever's around us. You don't expect Eskimos to be growing farms up in Alaska, right? So we learn how to survive. I understand that part. But like I said, I just went down a rabbit hole and being nutritious. So, bro, I got me right. I got my family right. I got everybody right around me. So it's just, you can't stop this. You can't stop this wave, man. You can't stop this wave.
Do you still keep in touch with the Diaz brothers at all? I mean, we really miss seeing them in the cage.
Hey, bro, just as much as you miss them, I miss seeing them in the cage. But it's all about business, and I feel that they could get paid more for their worth. So I understand why they're not fighting, but I always keep connected with Nate, especially. That's my
Okay. When was the last time you talked to him?
Nate, a couple weeks ago, bro. Like we stay real connected, and when he's busy, I don't even, I don't really bother him. It's when he's not busy, that's when I talk to him. Is when stuff pops off with him, everyone's calling him. Whatever, tweets, messages, whatever he's doing, millions, hundreds and hundreds of people are calling him. So I'm like, I'm gonna give my brother some space. Give him some space, then we connect, we collab, and everything's all good. And I think he's taking another Hawaii trip. He was here in early December, and he's taking another one in January. So we're gonna connect before I bounce out again.
That's great, man. Let's talk about Gregor Gillespie, undefeated, known for his wrestling. How do you feel like you match up against him in this fight?
Oh man, this is the best matchup for me, because when's the last time you seen someone UFC put me with a wrestler?
Yeah, it's been a
I
while.
mean, they take me. They always put me against headbangers that are gonna try and knock my head off, and it's cool. I'll take whoever, but the last wrestler they gave me was Damon Jackson, and that didn't end well. Any wrestler I fight always brings out the best in me. The strikers always bring out the emotion in me, but this time, that's the biggest thing. Here's the biggest part: and emotions. This is my biggest. It's a double-edged sword, and I learned how to just dull one side so I could just use it as offense, and it doesn't attack me.
Who have been some of your main training partners for this camp?
Bro, Max Holloway. That's like me and him that's like my main training partner. I got Maki Pitolo. He's in Bellator. Got Loin Tainanis from One. We got a great system back at home. I mean, just everyone in Hawaii and who we train with and collaborate with now, we just try and come together, because we're such a small island. So we got nothing to prove, but we got everything to represent. And now I'm just finding this last year was the most challenging year for me and everybody else around me, and we just came together. We just came tighter. Like Luke and Max, he was out for a year. I'm almost out for a year, and he's just like, bro, we ain't gonna get bitter. We're always gonna show that aloha spirit, and we're gonna get better, and we're always gonna represent. And we've just been living that high, man, ever since that. It's just nothing has stopped. You seen Max's performance. It was great. It was phenomenal, and it's just like, it's my main sparring partner. And the thing is, how can I stay so composed with Max when I'm training with him and I'm not doing that under the lights? You know what I mean? There's no point. There's no excuse for me. How come I'm so patient? How come I'm so logical? Why am I so like that when I'm sparring with the number one featherweight in the world? And mind you, he ain't a featherweight off season.
Right, yes.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Me and Max, we got the same structure, we got the same physique, and we're about the same weight. Maybe 10 pounds out on a good day. But other than that, I've just been happy, right? We've been able to collaborate, and with our team, the difference with what I understand now is, growing up, we used to compete with each other, me and Max, right? Now we challenge each other. That's a whole different tier, right? For instance, when you compete with someone, you're trying to beat them. When you challenge someone, you're trying to make them better and you yourself better. So me, Max, Maki, Lon, everybody I train with, there's just too much names to name in my gym, but We all challenge each other now. We don't compete. Competing with each other, we're trying to beat someone. I ain't trying to beat them. I'm trying to give them the best me, and I'm trying to get the best out of them. So every time we finish something, we always learn. There's always progression. There's never, damn man, I got fucked up today by Max. And Max is like, bro, you did this good, you did this good. I'm like, yeah, bro, I did, but you was hitting this, you was hitting that. He's like, yeah, but we gotta do this, we gotta do that. I get a hard time. There's just too much. There's so much data and input after training. You know, it's just too good. It's like homework ain't done. You know, we do the schoolwork, and after that, we're over there collaborating, talking. Our coaches is all just in the mix. It's all organic. It's straight, just organic. We have such an organic relationship. It's so unreal, and it's so, you see it, proof in the pudding. You seen what Max did. I'm on that same ride. I'm on that same wave, bro. This gorilla is on that same wave, man. It's just, man, excited, James. 19 is.
I can feel it, man.
I'm excited to see what I can do. Everyone's seen the worst of me. I've been through adversity. Now you're gonna see the best of me.
How do you see this fight playing out on the 19th?
Predictions is you're gonna see the best Yancy Medeiros. That's my predictions. You know what I mean? And there's that, oh, what do you think about this fight? I'm like, I'm always looking for the finish. There's never a time I'm not looking for it. I just have to learn how to be patient with it. You know, I understand now at this level of fighting, one punch doesn't change the tide. It's, you know what I mean? One punch can't just change the tide. These guys are tough. They're durable. I understand that. Maybe in the lower leagues, you know what I mean? That happens a lot. Amateur leagues coming up in the professional small venues. But at this tier, all the guys are durable and tough, and I don't take any of them lightly. If you're in UFC, you belong there, and they're over there. They know you're a bad motherfucker. So I don't take anybody lightly, regardless of their records, regardless if there was 5-12 or 12-0. I know that you going in there to take my head off, but that ain't happening, bro. That is not happening. Although it comes in many forms, bro. Many forms.
What's next after this fight? You mentioned the layoff. Are you looking to stay a bit more active this year just to sort of make up for the injury, like the lost time and all that? Or you just see how this fight goes and reassess?
No, I want to be very, very, very active, man. Bro, I'm 164. Okay, I'm not even, there ain't no weight cut, bro. I might even go down to featherweight if my nutrition is still on pack. So I ain't got no weight cuts anymore. Right? When a gorilla fights another gorilla in the jungle, you think that gorilla cares how heavy the other gorilla is?
Right, exactly.
No,
yeah.
That's the most optimal gorilla right there. And he's like, let's go. Right? It's just ready to battle. That's what I'm on. I know I live in Hawaii, but I've been training in the jungle, James. This gorilla's been training so good, man. Like I said, I evolved backwards, man. It just everything just getting better and better.
I can't wait for this fight, man. It's coming up here January 19th. It's UFC on ESPN +1. Yancy, this was so much fun, man. Just remind people where they can find you on social media, and if you got any sponsors or shout outs, the floor is yours, man.
Yeah, I'd like to, if you want to follow my journey, yeah, I mean, I'm all about health, happiness, humor, and humility. Hit me up on IG, at Yancy Medeiros, Twitter, Y Medeiros. Thank you to my sponsors, AWA, FlavorRx, and just delicious healthcare. I mean, just everyone that's